Sucky.
I can't hear this bit. I can hear this bit. Stop it. Stop it now.
Gotta work on your transitions, Graham.
Stop it now. Welcome, folks, to Garblack Games. My name's Billy, and we're going to play some Coriolis and not act like teenagers on stream. We are all responsible grown-ups. Honest.
Millie, I think you're in the wrong room.
Okay. Sure. I believe you. Thousands wouldn't. Welcome to Garblack Games, folks. Like I said, my name is Millie, and we are actually going to play some Coriolis. Welcome to session 4 of Coriolis, Mercy of the Icons, Part 2, The Last Cyclade, in the belly of the Zephyra. There we go. I've just named this episode for the podcast.
That's good.
Did it. Well done. In the belly of the butterfly. All right, Graham's just renamed it.
That's next episode.
Come on, if you're doing that, then you've got much clearer ones like butterflies in your belly, which is a clever play on words then.
That's the episode after we go in the butterfly.
Yeah, it's because it's all...
Oh, it's meta.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe. I'm still really proud of calling the last episode of the last campaign Emissary Found. If you don't know what we're talking about, we also have a podcast version of this. If you're listening on the podcast, congratulations. We also podcast this. You can find it on like Spotify, iTunes, your favorite podcasting apps. But meanwhile, back in the game. This week, should we find out how everybody is? How are you, Ben? You well?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back.
Jury's out.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
medical
sure.
conundrum.
I am a medical conundrum. I collect diagnoses like most people collect Pokemons.
I'd like a vowel, a consonant, and a diagnosis, please.
Excellent. How is Shanaz?
Shanaz is fine and lovely and wonderful and brilliant and talented and clever and popular.
And not at all married, divorced, married, divorced, divorced, married.
The trouble is that she's not divorced.
Okay.
It's just very hard to find the pieces.
Okay. Somebody who is good at finding pieces is Jafar. How is
Ooh,
Jafar?
clever segue.
That was stunning. I'm just going to bask in the awe of that segue. Hello! Jafar is absolutely fabulous. This is all very exciting. There is a wreck of a ship. It is under the, well, I want to call it water, but it's scientifically not actually the water. On a distant moon, and no one has seen the ship for a long time. It's very dangerous. And now there is a beautiful void butterfly who we are going to explore in a very unwise, but so exciting kind of manner.
And how's it doing?
Oh, let's not talk about how doing.
Okay. Sure.
He's not 7 feet tall and he doesn't have rats all down his back.
I do not get that reference, but
Right.
I kind of want to.
How is Graham?
Graham is really.
Hooray!
I am
And how's Silsila?
excited that weird stuff's happening that he might be able to cash some fame in from.
But
That's why he's also going to jump headfirst into a void butterfly.
a void
I
butterfly.
wonder if he can fly it.
I know the answer to that
Is
question.
it alive? Is it a ship? Is it both?
It's all of the above.
Is it edible?
You could lick it, but you'd have to take your helmet off. All right, so we don't have a Pete this week. Pete is engaged with real life things. I hope real life sorts itself out soon, Pete. Miss you, buddy. But in the meantime, I will refrain from making Yusuf's head explode through psychic stuff, because it's not fair to kill a character when they're not here. So we're guaranteed that Yusuf will survive. Yeah, like a continuation across the two. Just like that.
Make him dwarf.
Yeah.
Oof, too soon. Yeah, absolutely always too soon.
Always.
Always too soon. So, yeah, we are in the belly of the Zephyra. We went over to the hangar bay that we saw the tiny little glow globes. These things. Oh, I can't do it. I've not been on stream for
The
a couple
sugar
of days.
globes.
The sugar
yes.
globes floating up out of, and we were like, we should investigate that because we're money
'Cause
grabbing.
as far as we all know, they're only found on Kua.
Yeah, and the Kua, and they're very old.
And they're worth much moolah.
Mm-hmm. So we went over there to have a look after ransacking the bridge of the Zafira and collecting the emerald disc. We have Adia and Kirsch with us, towing a net full of computer mabobs and bits and pieces. And when we got there, we all had a nosebleed as we looked at something weird. Because it wasn't quite there yet, it was. And also, it was weird. And so that's kind of where we left off. Like, stood there, blood dripping down our faces because we're inside encounter suits. And on this strange site, there is a rend in the side of the what we know, we the players and the watchers know as a butterfly ship. That we have seen over Kua before now. If some other PCs were here, they would recognize it.
But I think they all went off and got real jobs.
I think they all were like, that was a bit weird. That was a bit weird. Yeah, she probably didn't. But we are renting their ship for continuity. So, you know, there might
It's
be...
interesting because I think the Jafar Rawia investigation team would have been unstoppable science nerds.
What's up, nerd?
Nerds.
Nerd!
Mm. So yeah, the insect's wings of this butterfly ship are torn and its body broken. Tears through the hulls, streak its sides. It is large enough for an exo. ... Should you want to head
How
in?
very convenient.
Yeah.
If only we had one of them. Oh, wait.
Oh wait, in one.
I just activate my little espresso maker.
Of course, it's got like a shots. Of course, it makes like a tiny shot. It would-
Anyway.
Yeah. Hook for your hat in there. It's quite roomy.
Oh, it's got to have enough room for the hat. Otherwise, my
Otherwise-
best hat would become crushed.
What would be the point?
How can I do my archaeology work without my hat?
Absolutely. But yeah, it's there. It is a strange thing. It's like one of those sort of things where if you look straight at it, it's almost not there for a moment, and you have to remind your brain it's there in front of you, kind of thing. So the wings, as you kind of like head over, you sort of reach out to touch the wing. It's more like a sail than it is a sheet, like a piece of like a what would they call it, an aerofoil or a plane. It's more like a sail. Yeah, it's definitely thin enough to push, and if you create sort of like currents in the water, you can see it sort of ripples across the wing.
I would like to see if I can make a connection with Shanaz. Actually, Nadira, I think you are on Jafar too.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
We are approaching something that is sometimes there and sometimes not, and makes my head hurt. Are we getting anything on scanners for this?
It doesn't seem to show up on like the video. But
Okay.
when we switch to like some of the sonar kind of things, there's definitely a physical thing there. It's quite big. Some
You
sort of
able to
advanced
it?
stealth or something?
Possibly, or something that is not quite in this space.
Okay.
This brain of existence that we stride upon or float about. Okay, please keep a good track of life signs and if need be, act as a relay for our communications. I believe, Capitan, that we are going to go inside the curious but probably deadly void bat dragon death ship. Yes.
But yeah, I also want to touch the hull.
You want to go and put your hand
Yeah,
on
I'm
the.
trying to figure out- I'm gonna. Maybe I can fly it. You know, is it metal? Can I trust it?
Okay. Yeah, you can.
Your puny science cannot comprehend the thing that is in front of you.
Well, I'm going for an engineering look at it. You know, like
All right, Silsila, make an empathy test.
If your science can't work it out, call in an engineer. Sound thinking.
all right, empathy test.
Hit it with a hammer.
That is a mighty 2 dice.
What
Oh,
do you
yes! I got a success. I don't even know if that's good.
Yeah.
I got a 1 and a 6.
All right, excellent.
Am I dead?
Yeah, it was instant death. That's what we were rolling for there. That's this sort of game. Save or die, and you did both, so you die.
Space Cthulhu.
Space Cthulhu, yeah. So you reach out, and obviously you're gloved in your knitted swimsuit for your mum.
Just slowly shrinking.
Yes.
It's because it's cold.
Yeah.
That's his excuse.
So you reach out in your knitted swimsuit. Run your hand along the side, perhaps in like that kind of familiar way where you've maybe done it on other ships. You know, before you like run your hand, you do that thing that pilots do. It looks really cool in a montage kind of thing. So you reach out and you're doing that. And there's a brief moment where you feel as if there is an intruding force. Something is like probing forwards towards you, and as you sort of lift your hand in that brief kind of moment, that jolt, it's gone.
It's shadow technology.
Don't go to Zachadum. Go to Zachadum, you will die.
On the other, if you touch it, it makes you feel uncomfortable, as if something is looking or touching back.
I know that feeling.
I have no problem with this. As long as there is consent, is okay.
Well, I guess now you know, then you are consenting by touching it.
No, but maybe the ship is not consenting. Did you ask the ship?
I didn't think the ship was alive.
Well,
Hey, a minute ago, Millie had 6 darkness points and now she's only got 5. So if you all touch the ship one at a time.
if only Grelic was here.
Should we go in, Jafar? I mean, we're either doing this or we're not.
Oh, no, after you, Captain, I will be behind with the probe and the communication equipment and obviously my armored exoshell.
Which is all the reasons why you should go first. Also, you
No,
can't
no,
fly the
you
ship.
are the brave ranger. Surely you are the scout, yes?
Jafar,
No, I drive the
Jafar,
bus.
are you there? Hello?
Hello, 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 yes?
How are we supposed to send Jafar 2 into the ship with you if we can only pick up bits of the ship on sonar?
I would recommend that maybe Jafar 2 holds station outside of the ship and acts as a communication relay.
That could work.
I actually have a super powerful communicator. So that might work as well. I have a comm forward, which is
Please open your channel, Captain
orbital.
Silsila, to the ship. Shanaz, are you receiving the captain? He will be going in first, he tells me.
I did not say that at all. If you want to get out of the exosuit, I'll jump in and go through the ship.
Oh, that is not happening.
But you are A, the explorer, and B, wearing a metal suit.
Oh, fine.
I believe that if we think about armor classification, wool is here, and armor is just a little bit above it.
A bit. Okay, fine. All right, I will go for the glory, Shanaz, and do and make sure you get my best side as I bravely enter the strange and enigmatically dangerous void ship. Cue the music.
I think he means film him from the back.
Nadina's like, I don't know. Do you have music for it? Like, obviously with like a hand over any comms kind of thing, muted a mic kind of.
We'll fix it in post.
Oh, okay, I'm not used to like this, but
Agna starts to play out of the exoshell.
Mm-hmm. Bum-ba-da-da, bum-ba-da-da. Adia, yeah.
While we're inside, we're not looking after you two, so look after yourselves. And Yusuf is here.
Oh, you think the engineers are not coming into this strange spaceship?
I don't know.
But there might be stuff that's not bolted down.
Adia's like, I don't know. This looks very much like stuff we should take.
Yeah, if we don't take them in with us, then there will be none of the saily wings left when we come out again. If we come out again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I guess we're all going in then. Godspeed and good luck.
Okay.
Right, let's go, Jafar.
Okay. May the icons mercy fall upon us. Forwards for science.
All right, so
Glory.
we move forwards into the rend at the side of the butterfly ship, advancing carefully.
Jafar will be narrating the whole way in.
Okay, so I guess this is Jafar's narration then, isn't it? In post, like we move forward into the butterfly. I can't do it. Stop.
It's good. That was good. I like
Into
that.
the butterfly ship. Right, so we move into the butterfly ship. And the rend in the side of the ship, it is big enough for the Exo to sort of drift through. Either it's some kind of ED field, like displacement field that you have on the bridges of the ships for explosive decompression, like keeps the space out and the air in, or something like that, because there's almost like a shimmer as you pass through. And as you sort of step foot into, it's a huge room, feels a little bit like bigger on the inside sort of thing. Step through into the side, there's no water around you, but the atmosphere still feels thick and heavy. Definitely like an old, stale kind of. You can see motes of dust floating through the air. As Jafar kind of scans the torches around on his suit in that spooky kind of horror movie way, the whole inside of this room, it's huge and it's covered in like beautiful mother of pearl. Yeah.
Incroyable.
Yeah.
The nacreous nature of the inside of this ship is extraordinaire. I have never seen the like. All cameras are rolling. We must take this knowledge back to Coriolis. The room appears to be 30 feet by 30 feet.
30 feet?
Fireball
Oh,
would
where to
deal
go
with
up.
this quite nicely.
What is the scale on this? 4, 8, 10? It's about 10 meters long. 10 meters left to right. And
That'd
then,
be 30 feet then.
yeah, for about 8 meters back to front. Like,
Ask how big it was. I said I cast fireball.
Oh,
All right. So as you scan around the room, you can see one of the strangest things is you like starting with the floor. It's almost like porous, coarse, and like it's got sandstone or fossilized anemones in the floor. The opposite wall kind of curves up and around. So it's a round sort of shape, and that's all covered in this beautiful mother of pearl kind of designs. Woven in this mother of pearl, you can see almost like a mesh sort of substance, and behind it are thousands, hundreds of sugar globes, all sort of stuck behind this meshwork. As you kind of look around, coming out of the wall, like to your right, huge, like speared into the middle of the room, cut from what looks to be a single chunk of rock, depicts an orgy of countless humans merging ecstatically into a unified single person, clawing, kissing, biting, and embracing. And it just spears almost like 8 meters out from the far wall straight into the middle of the room, and the pinnacle of this sort of statue sort of points towards, and what you can see on the opposite wall up to your right, your left even, it looks like an iris sort of doorway that is closed.
Shanaz, are you getting this?
Are we getting any of that?
Yes, you can
okay.
see it. You can see.
Please be making multiple redundant backups, and if you can air gap any of them, that would be good too. Shanaz, as our expert on human enjoyment, any thoughts?
It's an orgy.
And I'll be kind of circling with the cameras on.
Quite an
Exopod.
involved one. One of the
It's a little bit beyond just the
that's getting carried away.
The lot of sex. It seems to be the combining and the subsuming. Maybe?
Yes, that's well, technically, that's heretical.
Oh, okay.
It's a form of. Can I make a culture roll and see what it's a form of?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Quite worrying, Jafar. This is. I was expecting controls, not
Well, this may not be the
embodiment
bridge. We don't know which part of the ship we have come
Right, there's
into.
2
so-
successes on a culture roll.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm getting from it an apotheosis vibe. This is a coming together of people to make something more than human, an evolution, change in existence from a lower plane to a higher place of existence vibe. But it's a very sort of anti-iconic way of doing it. The icons are elevated through truth, whereas these beings are being almost dissolved to power up something.
Yeah, a bit. There are some ancient manuscripts by the oldest gurus in the Jan Hagia fleet that mention something like this, known as the Prime Mover, and a like a precursor, perhaps, to the Dancer.
That's my icon.
Like the, you know, where people are like, oh, the scholars talk about this god came, and it's just an aspect of this religion reflected in stuff, and everybody's like, stop being like that about the icons. Don't talk about that kind of thing.
Yeah, so pretty heretical, pre-Dancerian.
Okay.
So you've got aspects in there that could draw parallels with some parts of more esoteric dancer ritual practices, but a more primitive version of them connected to a thing called the prime mover. It's an urge-based thing rather than conscious elevation.
Oh, okay. This is
Thumbs down. Judgment caution as.
It's a thumbs halfway tentatively wiggling downwards.
Okay, so I'm not
I mean, if you look
awful.
on the picture, I'm sure you can find another use for thumbs.
there are many thumbs, actually. I didn't know you could do that with thumbs. It's quite surprising.
It's a bit weird. I don't think you can see it. I'll put,
Image, which is too reflective. I can't quite
yeah,
pick that up.
I'll get the pictures and I'll share it in.
What I am hearing from our expert in carnality is that this is a very old thing and there is probably no threat at all left alone, and we should go through the iris. Yes?
I mean, you say it's very old. Here, now,
Mm-hmm.
this ship is, I mean, it must have arrived on, it didn't start here, did it? So,
Well, no, we saw the logs, and there was the large
Mhm.
anomaly, which is, let us for hypothetically say, is the sex butterfly. And then there were the small anomalies, which are the smaller bat dragon things that have eaten the grunts that were messing up our ship.
I mean, it is a bit of a promotion from Butterfly Death Ship to Sex Butterfly.
But you were complaining about the death ship
I mean,
thing,
correct,
so I thought
okay,
I
yeah,
would
okay.
rebrand, you know?
Oh, yeah, we're going to rebrand it. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Jafar and Silsila can
Hello.
make a what is it called in this one? I want to say a notice roll, but I'm playing the wrong game.
Observation?
Observation roll, yes.
Oh, yes, very happily. Watch as I roll many dice and get no successes.
One success.
Excellent. Let's see if Jafar does better.
I will now roll 9 dice
Ready,
and
roll.
get. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 3
Alright.
successes.
Well done.
Okay. So while you're there talking and trying to work this out, it doesn't come as a surprise. You sort of maybe spot them sort of floating or moving away from the statue. And if you hadn't your keen archaeological eye, you would probably have panicked and thought perhaps they were live. But in some sort of strange anti-gravity sort of field, perhaps, or the oddness of this space butterfly sex statue, you notice 3 twisting bodies drifting out of the statue, perhaps disturbed. The currents in the air have disturbed their rest. And they appear to be wrapped in white silk, just sort of floating around the statue, almost in like a gravitational orbit.
Oh, this is an interesting development.
Isn't white a morning colour in Coriolis?
It can be, yeah. I think.
Scanning.
Yeah, Shanaz, they appear to be objects as far as the Jafar 2 is concerned.
I wouldn't be too quick to do that. So, do they look like they were part of the ensemble statue, and now they have drifted away, which would suggest the rest of the statue is also made up of individuals?
Given like the critical success, they are the wrong scale. It's like your presence in this room is like disturbed air currents or shifted gravitational shenanigans.
The room has been undisturbed for who knows how long, and now we have come in and
they were
changed.
they were close to the statue, and now they're sort of like drifting away. Well, the statue is like huge. Like it takes up most of the center of this room, spearing across the room. That is big enough for a fireball. They, as you look, perhaps like their proportions again are slightly off for the average human.
Captain, I'm going to suggest something that is possibly unwise, but scientifically very important. I think we should snag one of these floating bodies and find out what the is going on.
I will ask Adia and Kirsch to ready their weapons and cover the door and the statue, one each.
All right, so they agree.
Okay.
Does anybody have any scissors?
I mean,
I have snippy claws, so.
yeah. I mean, let's just go for that. So you're going to hold it in like one, Waldo, and snip?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I'm going to stand about 3 feet to the side.
Okay, so we move over. We take a moment to try and catch one of these bodies.
I don't want to damage the precious archaeological relic.
The body or the statue?
Yes.
Okay, sure. And there is. They are wrapped in like this sort of silken kind of material, almost billows in the. No, it's definitely a sheet of fabric. Definitely a sheet of fabric.
So it's not even a binding; it's a sleeping bag.
Yeah, it's like bound in this.
Have you seen? Is this a familiar burial custom or?
I mean, looking at it, at the minute, it looks like a Nestara performance. They're gliding very gracefully, the diaphanous fabric, but obviously it's not a dance performance.
Yeah.
Sometimes the white is used for funerary reasons, but I'm thinking in context, this is not a place for elegant dances and subtle funeral rites. This is a place for more direct action.
Okay, cut it, Jafar.
Okay.
Punch it, Chewy. Okay, so we cut this this white silk off, and underneath there is a body that is almost mummified, like paper thin skin is sort of stretched over this body, covering a not entirely human skeleton. Spindly ribs seem to be fused together with I can't remember, what would it be, transverse? Like there is an extra layer of bone sort of reinforcing, like a lattice, yeah. And the skull and fingers are just elongated that little bit too much. As we look over them, we try and discern whether this was an unlucky him, an unlucky her, an unlucky that. There is no sort of like sex organs, to just seems to be not a thing. And they have on the head no ocular cavity, so you can see like a nose, you can see a mouth, but there are no eyes. There's just a sort of fuse. And I would like
That's a nope.
Jafar to make a what would it be? Yeah, an empathy
Don't
test.
throw up in my helmet.
Yes, an empathy test. Are you there as well, Silsila?
Yeah.
You see what? Are you looking at what Jafar is doing?
I am.
All right, make
Well,
an
I'm
empathy
showing
test as
him.
well.
I'm pointing it at him. Go, look.
I
Okay. No, didn't even add up to 6?
no.
Oh dear.
I only have 2 dice.
Okay. So you take 2 points of stress.
Ow.
That's mind damage.
Mind points, yeah. Mind
Mind
points.
point. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine for you and me. Less fine for other folks.
Yeah.
It's all fine.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay, so this is not human. There are 3 of these.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to suggest that we keep one for scientific purposes.
We take a different one. We got this one on camera, and I'd say
Yeah.
leave them.
I was thinking take one that is wrapped up, and we're just going to push it out of the rent.
on the, right now, or when we'll leave.
Oh
them?
no, right now. I don't want these things behind me.
I mean, are we going through the iris?
Oh yes.
As you're closer to the statue now, you can see either side of the base are 2 more, like one each side, one to the left, one to the right of the statue. 2 more iris doorways. Again, both are closed.
At the base of the statue?
Yep.
I like the one it's pointing to. That one looks more fun.
Yeah, it is kind of like gesturing towards it.
I'm going to snag one of the cocoons and just push it out of the rent.
Okay. Yeah, Yusuf will take it. Yusuf and Adia and Kirsch will be helpful NPCs.
Yeah. Okay. Net that to something. Don't let it float away. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to go and help do that.
5-0 stand. Catatonic.
You have a break. You have a mental breakdown. And we can check the rules on that, but I think they're...
Yeah, I'm on 3 out of 6.
Okay, no, you're fine.
I am currently.
Your
There's 3 more doors.
puny brain.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 more doors.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. You can go through the door first at this point. I'm having some restful breathing, mindful breathing.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
clutching myself.
That's fine. Yes, just push the floaty things towards the wall or something. I don't want them in the way.
Yeah, where is the... Bum, bum, bum.
Shanaz and Nadira, we are approaching the iris that the sexy statue is pointing towards.
Yeah, we've got that on camera. I can watch you.
Okay, good. All right, carry on, please. Maybe sing a song or hum or something so that we know when we have lost contact with you.
Sing the high host.
Nadina looks at you, Shanaz, like,
Sing maybe some jingles from commercials or something.
How very dare. I shall sing a beautiful aria from a well-known musical, but like a sophisticated one.
Okay.
Let it go.
Like this.
Let it go.
All right, so to get through the door, because obviously it would not be...
Oh, never bothered me anyway.
Is that what... we need a force test.
Classic.
It is, yeah, total classic.
Force test.
A force
Oh,
test from someone.
shit.
I think the EXO would give you +2 off the top of my head.
God for that. That would be a whole 4 then. Low rolls are the way forward. Well, if this fails, I've got a thermite lance. So, you know. Oh my golly, 2 successes. I like these dice.
Excellent.
It's not even my Kraken dice. These are just normal dice.
Okay, so it takes just for the strange nature of the door, the iris, trying not to damage the archaeological relic.
Oh, I do not want to break it. I want to
be.
discover the mechanism and then to force it open.
Takes about 10 or 15 minutes to sort of get through.
Where are our 2 engineering companions? Are they outside the ship or are they?
It's up to you folks. Do you want them to come with you, or do you want them to stay with the stuff outside?
Captain?
I would say have mind points and we'll turn into gibbering Rex.
I have stats for them.
Okay.
As long as we can maintain radio contact, we can always call them in when we actually find the bridge or any technology that can be removed.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think we remove the statue, put it like that.
I mean, you would not get the statue out of the rend in the
I think either myself or Shanaz could definitely find a buyer for the statue.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, you could just tell them to sell that instead.
Well, no, we have a full 3D recording of the, so, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we can always make our own. We could do copies.
Yeah, 3D print it on the ship when you get back.
Huh.
That's
Okay,
the
yeah.
thing.
All right, Irish time then.
All right, so let me just check that I'm going on to the right page. Yes, I am. Excellent. And then I need to flip over to, where is it? Oh. Don't say the such and such event below and then don't put it below. There we go. Okay.
Snow glows white on the mountain tonight. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Let it go.
I like to think you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
Yeah, the
you
little claws on the XO are going.
as you move from this vestibule, this room with an orgy statue into the next room, I need everybody to make another empathy or mystic powers test.
Oh, if only I had some mystic powers. Just gonna melt Silsilla.
Okay, so you're just letting Jafar go first.
That's fine. Am I bolstered by the singing of Shanaz? Do I get an extra holding my brain together dice for that?
Do you want me to roll something to see if he can hold his brain together because
yeah,
of my
okay.
amazing singing voice?
What would it be? Command. Roll command. If you get
What if Shanaz could do negative damage with her charisma? Surely she can do positive.
It's true.
command, yeah.
One success.
Okay, yes, you can have
Yay!
a bonus.
Thank you.
Paltry 6 dice.
Very kind.
That all your command.
Hey, 2 successes.
Okay, excellent. So as you go in, Jafar, there is almost like at first it looks like this beautiful mother of pearl kind of motifs and designs continue, but then as you sort of look, you see that it's like a broken and shattered, damaged or burnt. There's a very definite like destruction or event that has happened in this area that's sort of harmed the inside of the room.
Almost as though it flew up towards a warship that didn't want it to fly up towards it.
Or flew into. Oh, yes.
I realise I'll be watching on the monitor, so if you want me to roll anyway, I will do.
Okay.
The innocuous nature of the ship has continued into this chamber, but there seems to have been some sort of catastrophic damage.
And you can see there are at first kind of glance it looks more like a bunk room, because you can see there are some like sort of semi kind of organic looking. I'm thinking like this is very much like an Escher sort of design on the walls kind of thing. And you think they're bunks, but also perhaps they could be kind of like sort of like reclined data chairs where you sit back and the screen is in front of you kind of thing.
Possibly acceleration couches, possibly
Yeah.
pods, possibly some sort of sex bed.
All that, yeah. And then
advanced alien technology, you could do all kinds of things.
After all, we all know that there are a few things quite as sexually appealing as data entry and telemetry.
At high G.
And immediately to the left of the door is what appears to be some sort of fountain, like a long dish that would have sort of like a fountain in it. Obviously, nothing's sort of flowing from it right now.
Unexpectedly, there appears to be a fountain or possibly some sort of shower assembly. That would make more sense from what we've seen so far.
Well, you'd need a shower nearby, wouldn't you, after the intensely erotic navigation?
I would think so, yes. Some of that hot telemetry.
Yes, as you head in, yes.
I don't
I
mind.
don't think Jafar's narration is helping.
Well, no, I realised that I'd be watching you on the screen anyway. See whatever all that was. I did not get a success.
We could
Okay.
put like a 3-second delay on it. You could put a buffer in there. So if Jafar just starts gibbering, you can cut the feed.
Well, no, because if you got attacked, I would want to know.
Alright.
Also, how would we tell the difference?
All right, Silsilla.
Ah!
As you sort of, and perhaps it's not necessarily watching, it's just the proximity takes a moment. There is it's similar to what you felt when you brushed your hand along the outside. There is like a wave of loathing that you are unworthy of this place. Like, you are small, and for a pilot you probably never felt this sort of, yeah. You are small, you are insignificant, you are worthless, in fact unworthy of being in this place, kind of thing. But there is this wave, this moment where you are like, oh, like, kind of thing. And then yeah, you're Medulla. Yeah, inferior, unworthy, and sullied as you sort of approach this area. And you can't help but maybe glance up from the monitor, like through the room where Jafar is describing these beds, these, acceleration couches or data chairs or that kind of stuff. You can see further into the room. It sort of curves out and is almost like an artificial kind of barrier, like break in a longer room. Through there is a very faint white glow that you perceive. But like we would cut from Silsilla's view to like the real view, and there is just eerie darkness in there, unless. And then for a moment, you then remember you're a kick-ass pilot. You're Zaphod Breeblebrox. You're the best thing in the room. Oh, and you take a point of mind, stress point. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that bit.
Almost out of this 2 mind points. Jafar,
Hello?
did I tell you when I touched the ship, I felt like something was watching back?
Yes, and we had a whole conversation about consent.
Yes. I had when I came in here, I felt the same thing again.
Oh,
And over there,
did you lick it?
I did not know. Clearly, that was a mistake. I might get round to that once I've had a nice long bath and several weeks of rest.
I knew this other science specialists, they were all about the licking of the artifact.
Oh, those must be trackers. It's okay. But over there, and I'll point. With my eyes, that looks like there's some white light over there. On the monitor, that does not exist.
Are you still seeing the white light now?
No, you're not seeing it anymore.
It was when I could feel.
So the psychic intrusion.
Yes, which I am not consenting to, ship, given. Yeah, it's very. We are worthless. We shouldn't be here. Go away, cockroaches, sort of thing.
Well, this ship has clearly never met me.
You know what? That is exactly the right attitude to have. I can come a little bit further, but I'm close to my last nerves fraying.
Well, do you want to stay here and I will proceed towards.
I don't know,
say
because
it,
I don't
the
want to send
light?
you off on your own. I'm sort of responsible.
Well, if your brain is going to melt and you're going to be taken over by forces of the dark between the stars, I'd much rather actually you stay here.
Okay.
As you say, I am the one in the armor.
True. I will. Adia and Kirsch.
Let's put that book down. And let's play some Coriolis by myself for a moment.
Could we possibly attach like a line or a tether to the good captain in case he loses his marbles? And
Yeah,
then he could
yeah.
just be pulled out.
That is an excellent idea. Vice Captain Jafar.
Did I roll first for Adia or did I roll first for Kush?
Adia.
Okay. They are not doing well. Unfortunately, neither is Kush.
Okay. Shanaz, do you want to come down and you might be a bit more resilient to all this sort of...
Oh, it will take them some time to get down from the ship, though, and we
Well-
need them to keep an eye on our salvager friends.
Yeah, I didn't think they were doing that well either. All right, Jafar, it looks like you are the only able-bodied crewman that we have.
Okay.
I'm also starting to wonder if taking the sugar globes away is actually a very, very bad idea.
I think this is a wonderful idea.
Yeah, they're from this ship. You can see them like tucked away behind the mesh, which, well, maybe you'll change your mind. Who knows?
Okay.
Well, once I can get them back to the ship, then I can get them into my lab and we can start to analyze them and cross-reference them against the sugar globes from Kua and see if they are the same.
Okay.
I mean, we could leave now, but there's still so much unknown.
Okay. I'm gonna like get the carbine ready that I picked up.
Okay. You get your carbine with the grenade launcher.
Oh,
Is it the one from the Legion
yeah,
deck?
yeah, we got it. Armory on.
We got it from
Yeah,
the,
that had
the
that
arms
grenade
locker.
launcher
Grenade
on it.
launcher, yeah.
Yes,
Mm.
grenade launcher. Grenade. You know, I feel like I'm getting mind points back just for knowing I have grenades.
Just cuddling those grenades.
I am. Yes.
Captain, you are familiar with ship systems. Why don't you examine these acceleration couches or data terminals to see if they are indeed to do with astro navigation?
That sounds like a great idea, Vice Captain Jafar.
And if all else fails, you can curl into a little fetal bowl under the shower unit and just rock yourself.
I don't know what's been used in the shower, but in general, I may take the advice.
Mm.
All right, I guess I'm going to start doing diagnostics or something.
Okay. You could
With one
make
hat. Oh, why would we do that?
you could make a technology or data general.
I got no successes, and I'm laughing because I got 3 1s, a 2. The highest number I got.
Panic roll. No wait.
Yeah, the highest number I got was a.
Would you like to push the roll and try again?
That gives you a darkness point. I mean that's meanly so.
Okay.
I mean, I should at least try and come away with 1 secret. Come on, Alex, don't be rubbish. Oh, for the love of God!
For the icons.
No, sorry.
For the icons.
Yeah, for the not dice icon. No, I managed to roll 14 dice and get no successes.
Wow.
I know, yeah.
Oh,
Unless it's about piloting.
no, this is not about piloting.
One to piloting, so yes. All right, well that didn't go so well. Never mind. It's just beyond my mortal.
Yeah, there are there's like some sort of ape jumping down the stairs in my house. I believe that is a child. Yeah, so you're stood there, your nerves are frayed, you're trying to keep hold of the Legion gun with its... Yeah, there doesn't appear to be any kind of keyboard or interface. There are like almost like the mosaic and the design of the beds. You could sort of run your kind of glove across it, and there is almost like a softness, a stickiness to parts of it that is unsettling. Yeah. And as you maybe sort of try not to put your head in the bunk, but look up, you can see that there are like mechanical parts that would drop down and maybe cover the face, at least like the up to the nose sort of thing.
You should totally climb in. Sure, nothing bad would ever happen.
Sounds fine. Why do you not interface with the ship? Let's hope it's configured for your
Ability,
shape of face.
Mortality. I don't think the wool will kind of help with the interface.
I mean, you're
It's a
not
natural fiber.
underwater, so you could take your helmet off and get in the
And the
bed.
wool is like soaked
Yeah,
in
we
the
can see the
saline
smile on
fluid
the face
from
and
being
say that, right?
underwater.
You could take your helmet off and
Plug your face into the evil space butterfly moth.
Yeah.
Who says it's evil?
Me, I touched it.
Anyone who
twice.
looks at it.
Yeah. I mean, I did want to fly it. Now I want to burn it.
Unusual.
it's just
No.
Evil.
It's definitely evil. It's spoken to twice. Anyway, good luck, Jafar. I promise that if you die, I'll stick my head in this bed.
okay. That's the pact, is it?
It is,
If
yeah.
Jafar in
Ride or
his
die,
his
or whatever.
armored exosuit dies by going further forwards in the ship, you will put your head in the bed.
Okay, I'm much more interested in that if I die, Shanaz make sure it goes out on all of the major channels as a tribute to my, brilliance.
I mean, you've got a younger cousin who'll make sure
Yes.
Baha won't let that go unnoticed.
Oh, right. Sorry, was that your will and testament? Yes, very well, as you
Yes.
wish.
Also,
don't know how to fly
Baha
this
should
place.
take at least half of the royalties.
What's a
and-
Baha?
Baha is my cousin. You know my cousin? If you don't,
No.
you should. She's amazing.
I think it's the other way around. Your cousin knows me.
Like when Jafar gets back to the ship, there are like 7,000 chirper messages from Baha being like,
Yeah.
"Have you told her about my project yet?" You know, that kind of stuff. Has she committed yet? Kind of thing.
I haven't quite got her to sign yet. It's okay. And if these are my last words, I'd like to say, Fozzie, just generally sorry for being, well, just so much better than you.
All right. So while Silsila is like, if I put my face in this and kind of thing conversation, Jafar is moving forwards through the room, through this sort of partition that's almost been made.
Portentously narrating as he goes.
Yes, excellent.
As I venture deeper into the darkness and the danger, the bold ranger captain left behind, quivering in fear. I must go forward to find out the truth, to learn for you, my good people.
All right.
Science must move forwards.
You move forwards around this partition. There's almost like a slight echo of the Zafira Bridge. Like you are on an elevated kind of walkway, and there are more of these beds, but moving over them all, and yeah, literally moving, are these like bright red dots, these kind of scarabs, if you will, sort of moving around. And after a few moments, as you watch one of them, it sort of disconnects from the bed it was in, and whatever sort of light or power was in this bed disappears. The light of this little red scarab glows, and it scuttles along an upper wall, and as we follow it, it comes to this central thing hanging in the center of the room. A huge white net web and cocoon almost hanging in the central shaft. These little red scarabs kind of following it up and moving around, and sort of embedding themselves into the flesh of this web, even. As you sort of stand there for a moment, you could make a technology, or yeah, it would be a technology roll.
Oh, can it be science?
Okay, yeah, science.
Oh, thank God for that. Um,
And
'cause that-
even actually take no, actually that's giving it away. I won't take that. That's giving too much away. Make a science roll.
Science. Okay, and I'm relaying all of this back as well. I have discovered a web. It looks like there are little red scarabs are possibly carrying information. It's like a physical digital system. I don't know. I don't know if this is what the ship is meant to look like. It's very, very freaky. That's a hot
I,
2.
sorry,
Oh.
Graham is accusing me of voting in the prediction that's on Twitch right now.
Is he?
I have not. Okay, so sorry, Adun. How many did you get? 2?
2.
So it's clear to you, and perhaps you've seen similar sort of things in your archaeological time. These are transfer, like some sort of drones or artifacts that are transferring energy from one system physically to another. And as you watch them move, you sort of see them move into this cocoon kind of area. Hanging right up, as you sort of glance right up, is this huge kind of, well, it's definitely like maybe twice the size of your or anybody else's head, but it's a helmet of types. And you can see this black helmet hanging above this white nest, this white web of things, connected to the very central shaft of the ship, suspended as well. But these little red scarabs, glassy, maybe 3 to 5 centimeters across, moving with bright light, red light when they are taken the energy, move and run down, almost like little beetles running into a nest, where the glow then changes to white and disappears, almost like they're trying to sustain something within the nest.
Do I get the sense that they are a ship's system, or that they are something foreign to the ship?
They're definitely not. They're definitely from the same sort of technology as the ship. I guess it's kind of, it would be like my phone is not a different technology to my laptop, but I can take the charge from it, sort of thing. They're definitely, and like the way they designed, they do look like semi sort of real, almost like they were small little beetles moving around. But they are definitely not. The way they move and they are leeching or stealing power from the other places, they are something like they're an additional system. They're not a natural. Am I explaining this properly? I'm not sure. Like they're not
They're beetleites.
Yeah, they're not like the DRDs from Moira, if you will.
They are ex-beetles that have been changed by exposure to this thing into something that is more than beetly. So like humanites are human plus, these are beetleites.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Okay, I don't think it's quite what Jafar's right. Jafar is curious as to whether they are like an emergency system that has been put in place to keep whatever is in the cocoon with power. So something of the ship, like when you cut off the life support to the rest of the ship and you focus it simply on a single place, or are they something different than interloper that is now leeching and scavenging energy from the ship?
Helmet looks like it's foreign, then that's your
I'd
answer.
I'd like to do some scanning and thinking first.
Okay. Are you going to make an observation check then?
Yes, I will happily make an observation check.
Was it +3 because of your thingy?
if Jafar 2 is peering over my shoulder, yes.
Well, I assume Jafar 2 is like interfaced to your exo. Otherwise.
Oh yes, there is that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Oh.
Communication.
Oh, okay. Darn it.
We bring it in first. We'd lose it as the communication anchor.
I would rather leave it as the anchor, and just to keep a check on us and let us know when they can't see us anymore. It's fine. My observation's pretty high, anywho. He says. Rolling those success. Ooh, so many dice. I'm gonna push that.
Excellent.
I rolled 9 dice and got no successes.
I've obviously cursed you by naming you vice captain.
I don't want to be vice captain unless I get a nice hat. Oh, that's much better. That's
You get
3.
stripes on your uniform.
Okay.
Oh, straps. I like the straps. I like the trousers with the strap on this side. I always thought that was quite fetching.
Stripy trousers. So you scan it. You look over it. There's a moment where, as you're looking over this web, this sort of cocoon, that perhaps the same sort of information, like the same sort of details of scanning the floating bodies, and perhaps like the radar or the sonar or like the kind of penetrative X-ray or whatever it is on Jafar, your exosuit and that kind of stuff. There is a body in there. However, it is almost twice the size of yourself. It is a big being inside this cocoon. And as you watch, as you take in data, you narrate epically. It sounds really cool, that kind of stuff. You see a movement in there. That is not the small standard movements, the predictable movements of the scarabs running around, but something twitch almost, a reflex.
I don't like that.
Autonomic movement.
Well, that would be nice. Did anyone bring a flamethrower? Other than me. That's a bit short range.
I would like you to make a empathy check.
Oh, it's a more not freaking the fuck out roll.
I think Adina has a flamethrower.
Oh yes, it's down in the hold.
Oh, okay, that's nice. If you could just manipulate space-time so that I could have it here.
She looks at Shanaz like.
Don't
One
worry, he doesn't
success.
really want you to manipulate space-time.
Oh, I do. I really do.
How many successes?
I'm an archaeologist. It would be my dream to manipulate space-time. That would be amazing. I could just go back and look at it and make the film, make some notes, bury some stuff, and then come back and then dig it back up. It would be amazing.
And then dig them up tomorrow.
Chef's kiss archaeology. How many successes did you get?
Just the one.
Just the one. All right. So, okay. So there's a moment where you're like Jafar thinks he is continuing his epic narration, and to Jafar, in your like internal monologue, which normally matches your external monologue, especially when the camera is rolling. Sounds fine. It's like, I bravely looked upon the thing and it twitched, that kind of stuff. Shanaz Nadina, anybody else who's listening, perhaps not Silsilla, who's a bit like, I think I'm going to put my face in the thing. I think I'm going to take my helmet off, put my face in the thing. Let me think about
Bit cage time, baby.
Whoa.
Folks who are listening to Jafar on the comms, you can hear him saying, you are the truth of self. You are the freedom to shed the yokes of society. You are the devotion to the now, the breaking of the confines of expectation. You are the one with the eye. You are the beast and the dancer. You are the now. You are the all. The higher, you are the truth. And he's literally repeating this strange little prayer. And after a moment, it then breaks back into Jafar's sort of, and then it twitches sort of thing.
Right, Jafar, you need to
Hello?
leave there now.
Why?
Well, because you just said some very disturbing and unsettling things. I think it's having some kind of mystic effect on your mind.
Oh, you mean so different from the normal penetration of the truth that so disturbs the ordinary
Yes,
mind?
it was clearly said and well spoken, so it didn't sound anything like your usual stuff.
That's
No, it
really
was
quite
said with his accent.
that's quite hurtful,
Emotional damage.
Shanaz. I do not deserve this kind of criticism.
No, and in fairness, your mind probably won't take much more stress. You
Please.
need to get out of there.
But I'm so close to discovering the truth.
Okay, but just saying,
Or I could just kill it with fire.
we've got some of that in the hold.
That's a little bit too far away from me right now.
It would take, like, I'd done the maths, says Nadina. It would take about 2 hours for Jafar 2, to power itself back. We'd need about 90 minutes to charge it. I could tether the thing to Jafar 2 and then send it back. So in about 5.5 hours, I could have you a flamethrower if you want.
I have a thermal cutter right here.
All right, well, just don't say we didn't warn you.
Well, you did warn me.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do you fire your thermal flame cutter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made the noise, and if you follow the feng shui rules,
Yeah.
that means you did the thing.
Yeah.
Right, it's brilliant. Make an observation roll.
Oh, crap. That's not going to be good, is it? Right. Many dice.
Millie's just negotiating with the rule book about what you can do with 5 darkness points.
2.
2. All right. So there's a brief moment.
I think I just became an energy source. I think that's the problem.
So you fire up, and there's a brief moment where you look at this flame and you realize, oh, it's using the internal oxygen to generate the flame. Because why would it do that? And you really like, are we still underwater? But everything is reading as what? And as you're pondering this moment of the flame using the internal oxygen source,
did I forget to activate my environmental scanner?
this kind of thing.
Oops. Oh, it's a beginner's mistake. I'm so sorry. Captain, don't take your helmet off.
Just like
I'm gonna do the thing.
as you do this, as you radio that, a huge naked foot, nothing else, naked foot pushes through the cocoon.
No.
What's it a foot of? A
foot. Well, it's probably 2 foot of foot. Pushes.
I got there's 2 of them.
Yeah, pushes through the cocoon and onto the walkway, followed by the most exquisite calf, like more exquisite than Shanaz's. The most exquisite calf.
Kill it with fire.
Kill it with fire. Kill it now.
Because we watched Ghostbusters the other night, this is more beautiful than Gozer stepping onto the platform next to Jafar.
As long as there's not a dog, I'm fine.
No, there's just scarabs. Perfect symmetry, wrapped in flowing white silk that moves and shifts like feathers of an impossible bird, a huge humanoid with silk covering their eyes, their hands moving in an ethereal dance, never still, constantly in motion, moves out of the cocoon, dancing, out of the cocoon and onto the deck near Jafar. And I do need you, and actually, I do need everybody on the ship to make an empathy roll. This far, but there is a sudden wave of something through the
It's a kind of psychic wave emanating here.
through the air.
Ah, crap. Really need Yusuf. Oh, 2 successes.
Excellent.
In your blind face.
In the dice box, sweetheart. In the dice box.
I was so excited. So I think I would choose to push it. That gives you a darkness point, right?
Does.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that
needs
takes
more of
just
those.
over the threshold to do really horrible things.
I'm back to where I started. I spent a bunch this session and I got them all back.
Woohoo!
First time I rolled a 5 and a 3. Rolled a 3.
Hey!
All right. Let me just check. Flip. All right, Silsilla. I need you to roll a d6.
Uh-oh.
Roll a d6.
Oh.
Okay.
You. My nat.
You as this sort of wave, almost like a shock wave, a very like visceral sort of wave of emotion moves through the ship and you look upon the companions in the room with loathing and contempt. You shouldn't have to share the icon's light with the likes of them. It should be all yours. You want to hurt or humiliate them, reveal secrets or flaws to make them less attractive to the icon in your presence. I mean, there's Adia, Kirsch, and Yusuf. I thought they were here with you. Are they not?
Didn't Yusuf take the body out?
Okay,
Yes. We
All
left them outside. We're going to call them in if we
Okay.
wanted to.
Nice and said really well and didn't come in.
Okay, so you consider that
I tell Jafar his hat is
Jafar is close to an like you believe Jafar is close to an icon, and you wish to belittle him to make the icon look upon
I think
you
Cecilia is
instead.
correct. Jafar is close to an icon.
family are ill-bred camels, and archaeology is a fake science.
All right.
Big guns.
And you can't fly anything out. Do nothing of importance.
All right, so both Jafar and Silsilla need to make an opposed manipulation test.
Okay.
Aren't you glad I'm not there now?
Psychic backlash.
I read some of this and I was like, oh, if Shanaz gets it, she's just going to devastate people. She's going to kill.
You're running how many dice? Sorry? 2. Okay. I'll roll my 7.
No, 7. That's cute.
Oh, yeah, sharp. You're not here. Yeah, I was thinking if you get really hooked, it's blowing up time, isn't it?
I am more important because I have the grenades.
Bonk.
Well, I mean, that I'm not necessarily going to argue with.
I got 1.
Woohoo!
That's a 50% success rate, which is probably better than your success rate.
It is actually, yeah. Because I also got 1.
All right, so Shanaz, you can hear over like the comms, like Silsilla is like really doing his best, and I guess by Shanaz's standards, they are pretty poor, sort of. Yeah, and like, is Jafar just like, yeah, whatever, I'm narrating the science, or is Jafar sort of like giving as good as he gets?
Like, you are a glorified taxi driver. I don't know why you think you are important. You just point the ship and it goes.
So they're almost like bickering bickering in front of each other.
Look, there is a giant, very beautiful androgynous thing with no eyes in front of me. I don't have time for your nonsense and your little petty insecurities. Okay. I could do with some grenades, though.
I mean, does the grenade thing get through? Because I do like grenades.
Are you going to try and shoot grenades?
It depends. If like he cuts through the bickering.
Yeah, you have an opposed test, so you both got one success each. If you are adamant, like, and this is the opposed test, like we could continue, but I know the results of what could happen here, so I'm happy if you want to push until you are there is a winner. We find out who is the best bickerer and the best put down artist after Shanaz. I'm happy to re-roll and go again. If you are just happy to continue bickering for perhaps a minute or two, something else will happen to break the bickering.
I don't think Jafar wants to keep up the bickering for a minute or two. There is a very large hominid emerging from a cocoon that he'd either like to kill with fire or negotiate with or run away from.
Wait. No.
I could attempt to communicate.
So far, that's not going very well for us.
So as you're like, shut up, I'm trying to communicate. This being, this vestal of something, reaches its beautiful hand out towards you.
Back it up.
Yeah, you back up a bit. Reaches its beautiful hand out towards you, and says, without moving its lips, but even Shanaz and Nadina hear it over the comms. Almost like every speaker, all those scarabs echo it, things throughout the ship, like the air reverberates. Like, I'm doing air because we know it's water now, we know we're underwater. Like moves this sound wave through the ship. It reaches its hand out towards Jafar, extending its excessively long digits towards you. And says, "Love me, for I am the light of Alda." And after a moment, if you like back up, do you accept its hand?
Do I know what the light of Alba is?
Alda.
Alda.
You want to make a quick culture roll?
Yeah. It's all about analysis.
Can I make that culture roll as well, since I heard it too?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
All being live streamed. It's a bit meta.
I mean, not completely live streamed.
2.
2?
2.
3.
3. Okay, so it's an odd pronunciation. Perhaps you've only really had it sort of, you know, where somebody's seen something written down and we've assumed that's the pronunciation.
Yes, I've only ever seen it written down. I've never heard it said.
Arda, the light of Arda, old Adada, the light of Earth, old Earth, and which is what I guess Shanaz comes to the conclusion much faster than Jafar. Like this being, which would make it from the first horizon. This is a first horizon being. They're very tall.
We have so much to talk about.
And it reaches its hand out towards you, Adun. Like, I am the light of Ada.
I'm going to need some corroboration on this, but if what you say is true, then you are truly the most magnificent being I have ever encountered, and I would very much like to spend a lot of time talking to you about your experiences. Are all of the people of old Earth this tall?
Okay.
Did we get small?
Did we get small?
We're reading all that 2%.
We're all hobbits.
People. They're all
All
hobbits.
hobbits. Oh, wait, this is Land of the Giants. Oh, twist.
Jafar, I'd like you to roll a d6.
Okay. Not really sure I want to know why. It's a 4.
Indescribable joy wells up inside of you. You burst out laughing. This is truly a blessing to be chosen for the honor of meeting a living icon.
Okay, yes, this is amazing. I have found an amazing thing. This is an amazing person to be with. I want everyone to know that I was the first one to talk to them. That's a hot no.
Okay.
Brain slowly melting out of my ears.
Right, okay. So, I guess through the video, through the live feed that's coming back to the Kudat Botila, and the open comms that you can hear Silsila. You can hear Jafar. He is going on about how great it is, how amazing it is to meet this thing. It's reaching its hand out towards him, talking about how amazing that kind of stuff is. Jafar, I need you take 1 point of stress, 1 point of mind damage. As you can see, like the arm of Jafar's exosuit reaching out towards the Vestal, reaching out towards this being. It reaches out towards him and holds on to the exosuit, like embraces it with its hand, which clearly takes up most of his arm. Like these are normally long fingers embrace around him. And you hear it sort of almost moves its head, which has always been dancing and in motion. The other like body twisting and dancing, like the silks around it floating like strange feathers. And it reaches out and it says, "No, embrace the light truly." With which you sort of hear like the okay, I'll begin the that kind of stuff.
I'm going to go on comms and I'm going to be telling Silsila Yusuf, you need to get Jafar and bring him out of there now. Don't stop. Don't look. Run, grab, run. He needs to be taken out of that room because he's going to die.
You want to stop pulling the cord?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, give me a force test.
No, I am in the presence of glory. You cannot take this away
The
from me.
archaeological information we could have from
Look
Alada.
how extraordinary. Someone
Adina,
from the
can you
first
hack his
professor.
exosuit?
Yes, I will attempt.
Please do.
Remote interfacing.
It is essential that you take remote control of his suit because he is no longer thinking clearly.
I think that adds force.
I believe it does. Yeah, when you push the roll.
So nothing to start with.
So if you push the roll, you get an extra dice.
And you have a reroll.
Oh, you do have a reroll. Yes.
Thank you.
And you can have a success from my command roll.
All right, okay. Nadina gets. Who is Shanaz commanding?
Yusuf and Silsila.
Okay. All right, so Nadina's like, I can't stop it. I can just like well, I can stop it, and she's frantically because she got one success. So she will like inside the suit, like projected onto like the heads-up displays, like warning kind of stuff.
What is this in my way?
Turns up the volume on all that kind of stuff. Like I can't deny remote, like close access, like kind of stuff.
Okay, but he's going to try and vent his suit in a minute.
Yeah. You get one success.
I got a success from my command roll.
All right, so help me. Does command roll give Silsilla an extra dice or an extra success?
Oh, that's a good question. I thought it was an extra success. I thought it just transferred my success over.
I'll take that for now because the book is down there and I've got a beer in this hand and a book in the other.
Okay. So
Beer, book, and bell.
I can
Yeah.
push, get another 4 dice, and keep my success.
Mm-hmm.
Because that seems worth it to save my vice captain.
Vice captain.
Everyone cool with that?
I've just taken the
Yeah,
darkness
yeah,
point.
my copy.
Very much so. Yes.
It was
Yeah,
not
it's a
worth
positive
it.
modifier that goes to the other person equal to the number of 6s as long as they follow orders.
Okay. All right, so
We'll get to.
did you get your extra dice from the deckhand?
I did, yeah. I rolled 4.
Okay.
I didn't. It was-
All right, so Silsilla like wraps this cord around his hand and like yanks it back as far as he can. And this sort of shunt and jolt from the grip of the Vestal, from the grip of this being, Jafar, suddenly realized like, oh no, I remembered the torch is burning with internal oxygen. Oh, quick! And you're like, shit, or merde, as he might say instead, sort of thing. Like, and it's enough to sort of jolt you back out of this rapture with the being.
All comes. I do not believe the being is friendly. I believe it is possibly hostile.
No shit, genius.
Well, thank you for acknowledging my genius, and I think we should leave now.
And
Great plan.
Look, you're on this ship, okay? You're up there in this space in your comfortable chair with your fresh little coffee. Ooh, coffee. Hang on.
Nadine is like, this is not comfortable. This is the most stressful ops I've ever ran, kind of thing.
Well, you should get out more.
All right.
Several light years.
Oh, the grenade.
How many parsecs? Oh, for the grenade. Okay, somewhere behind you.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. Do I have an idea what the safe distance for a grenade is?
Take your best shot, okay?
Um,
If that thing gets me again, I'm going to vent my exoshell and then I'm going to drown because we're not in the air.
all right. So we have this bit of back and forth, this moment where Jafar is backing up.
Fire! I'm
And
waving the thermocutter in front of me.
and the Vestal, like the dancers have been like, I guess Shanaz would notice the very subtle change in the body language, the movements. They go from this sort of like sensual kind of softness.
She's switching to combat dance.
Yeah, she moves, and they move even into a more, and it's very definitely an aggressive and angrier sort of set of movements. Like things snap, like the silk sort of flick.
She's dropped the veil.
Kind of
She's
thing.
switching to the lotus.
Please blow it up
Opens.
now.
Okay, Jafar,
Oh.
I believe it is.
Shanaz, make a what would it be? Culture or observation?
Doesn't matter. It's the same number of dice.
Oh, okay. Roll one of them. Tell me which one you picked, and I'll tell you a different.
Oh no, it's not the same number of dice. I'm going to go for culture because it's slightly more dice. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. 1, 2, 3 successes. Man, I love these dice.
Good dice. Are they blessed?
They must be.
Oh, is it 10 to 11? I've been having so much fun. I forgot what time it was.
That's why it's 10 to 11.
Yeah. So how many? 3 successes? Critical
3
success?
successes, yeah.
Right. So there's a moment, and perhaps you're sort of there, like, oh shit, because you know, and it is very much like she's moving from the thing and the Alarm's temple dancer, and it's like, I have seen that move. That is a very and that whole 100% of like, oh shit, oh shit, you know, or maybe slightly more eloquent for Shanaz, but she
Not always. Sometimes there's a time and a place for shit.
She recognizes in the movement of this Vestal, this stuff, things that have been described, documented, written as the dancer's steps, the movements, perhaps in the dark scrolls of the Alarm's Temple, and that kind of stuff. Maybe in the unspoken, whispered tales of the dancer in her more aggressive form. This is like textbook kind of stuff.
I'm going to be practicing those off of the video.
But also the knowledge that this Vestal,
And actually, if this thing knows alarm techniques
from Earth,
that's a third horizon thing, not a first horizon thing.
yeah. And there is that moment of what?
Yeah.
So there is a moment for this. They even, because I shouldn't refer to the Vestal as she, because they are not a she. They move and they change this form, this dance movement. And she says, they say, if you will not embrace me, there will be a glorious end. And it ripples through the ship. Certain that the others that came with me will complete my mission.
The others?
For the Emperor. Eternally.
The Emperor?
It as like Jafar is being dragged back, Silsila yanks. Yeah.
We're getting all that on camera.
Yeah. Yanks it backwards, yanks the Jafar and his exosuit. It sort of snaps and spins. The scarabs, which up until now you've not seen, almost move, like float off its body and move through the room to these beds and the panels, imbuing an energy into the vessel once again.
Kill it now.
I'd be like, let's move. Hellfire.
Okay. Yeah, make your, what would it be, ranged combat roll?
Oh, fire is.
Yeah. In the air.
I hope you don't die.
Nah.
Range combat then. That is, I have 3 in my skill. And I have 5. 8. 8 is the best I get.
It's pretty good.
I mean, you guys are on like 12 dice, so.
Only in one thing.
That's just Shanaz.
Only in one thing.
Yeah.
Manipulating people who find me sexy and know my my history.
But that's
Oh, your fan base.
Yeah.
Oh, does the weapon give any bonuses? Because I only have the accelerator pistol written down.
I need to scratch books.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
I mean, I've definitely hit.
No, that's building a ship. We don't need to do that.
121.
121.
Vulcan carbine bonus +1.
Okay.
Legionnaire carbine bonus +1.
Yeah, it's a Legionnaire carbine.
That's the one. Automatic fire, high capacity, built-in grenade launcher. Damage 3, critical 2.
Okay, I got 2 successes for a grenade.
Okay, so as Jafar,
Right at the back of it.
so there's got to be like some sort of cool movement because Silsila up until now we think he's just a pilot, but he's probably seen some combat. So there is that sort of like cool swing the rope around his arm, yank it, swing it back onto the grip, and fire off a grenade that heads. So Jafar does this cool like as the grenade goes in the opposite way. It looks real sweet on camera. We've effects, slow-mo, that kind of stuff. The grenade flies forwards. And as Jafar kind of follows the grenade, it explodes, gets to a point, and then it sucks back in. And it sucks back into a ball. And I need Yeah, I need Jafar and Silsila to make a force test.
Is it
I
meant to
feel
do
like,
that?
There's a no on the dans le trou.
Is it
the
like an
feu pas.
implosion grenade? No. Okay.
Il faut pas dans le trou. A
not
force
meant-
test, you say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's
Nope.
Get forward. Oh, but
This is why I
can I
didn't
have
come.
dice that contain a 6?
Yeah.
I think that's my problem.
Do you like some of my dice? I definitely
I'm
have
only
some
kidding.
6s on them.
Oh, you're rolling d5s. That's what you're doing wrong.
I mean, I feel like I am. I also failed.
All right, so there is this kind of sucking. Both of you are slammed
we
into
did. We sucked. Yep.
into walls. I need you both to take 2 points of physical damage.
Oh, ow, that hurts a lot more.
Actually, you both have armor on, don't you?
Yeah.
What
Lots.
is your armor rating? You can roll 1 dice. Silsila, what is Jafar's armor rating?
3.
You can roll 3 dice.
Roll is not.
Okay, you take 2 points of
Yeah,
physical
This is
damage.
just my suit. I don't even know what the exo is, but let's go with 3.
Exo shell.
Da, 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 da. 1.
Oh, it wouldn't. So you negate 1 point of damage. You take 1 point of physical damage as you are
Ah!
rocked inside your
Whoa!
suit.
I spilled my coffee.
Maybe that's damage you want. I assume it at least showed you towards the opposite direction of the. You call it a vestal?
The Vestal, yeah. Let's see.
I would advocate running.
Yep.
We are. We just needed to get you first.
So yeah, there's this explode, like it goes, boo, shoof. And the energy is like drawn into the center of the bridge. Jafar bashes into a wall,
Whoop.
scrambles around using the strength of his exosuit. To which you see Sincilla with his grenade launcher, like hell out of dodge. And Yusuf.
Time to leave.
All right, I would like an infiltration roll.
What now?
Agility filtration.
I mean, technically an exfiltration.
Exfiltration. Infiltration. Yeah. Infiltrate into your own ship roll. It's an agility roll.
Yeah, that's a flat 3 then. Oh my god, 2 successes.
Okay.
How has Jafar got an agility of 3? He's a nimble chap.
It's all the little brushings. You have to be very nimble.
Nimble and also like,
And also the running away.
oh no, I've pressed the button in a temple again. Oh no.
I must have got the wet wrong. It's so embarrassing. Giant rolling boulder every time.
Fair.
Giant rolling ball chasing me through another temple. All
Again. Off.
right, so there is this frantic kind of scrabbling as you move through the bridge. You can literally feel like the swing of gravity as you move forwards. And you realize, like, almost instead of running across the deck, you're dragging yourself across the floor, along the walls, out through the iris that you opened so delicately beforehand. As you move through, you can see like blood running through veins, the sugar globes driving through this mesh on the walls towards the front of the ship where the Vestal was is, and you scramble into the well, yeah, it's the temple to the temple room, clawing your way out towards the wound on the side of the ship, and eventually unceremoniously kind of falling into the deck sort of thing. Yusuf, Adia, and Kirsch are like there, like at the front of this thing is,
Yeah, I
and
feel like go.
And the camera would show it almost like twisting and crumpling on itself. You know the corridor we came through that was twisted and
Oh.
kind of terribly deformed. You can see the ship doing it to itself. Hirsch reminds us, we came to go out the hole. Yes, now out the hole now.
Thank you for maintaining the exit strategy. Thank you. Do we
Just
still
reminders.
have the wrapped up cocoon person?
Isn't that? Yes, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Fire the thrusters on the exopod. Please hang on to the tentacles.
Oh,
I mean, it's probably not going to aid your
yeah,
egress.
I'm in a big metal suit and we're underwater.
I mean, you have jets, so I'm going to hang on to the net and use my hand jet to try and speed it slightly.
Okay, yeah, make I guess this is another infiltration roll. I think your hand jet gives you +2.
Thrusters to maximum.
Again, I think the exosuit you can have a +2 from that as well.
Thank you.
I don't want people
Yeah,
to. No, you got nothing.
Yeah, the jets are not my turn tonight.
Okay.
I think all 4 twos, so you know.
4 2s, yeah. That's like 6 + 2. You got a bit there.
Ooh, 2.
Excellent. All right, so I guess Jafar can split that onto Silsilla, who got none, and should.
I've just wrapped the captain under a umbilical
Yes.
tentacle again.
Kirsch got 1 success. Adia gets 3.
Whoa.
That is a man that knows to run away. We should come around.
Adir is finding the way forwards and pathfinding for us.
And
He
the-
does have gills and is a humanite, so swimming, underwater living,
Actually,
probably
yeah.
things that she's quite good at.
Yeah. Adia's like, I don't normally talk about this in times of extreme situation, but if we're going to refer to me, it's a they. Thanks. I don't want to die as a she or a he. And it's just
Okay,
like swimming like a maniac.
They are that way and they are showing us the way. So follow them.
So yeah, swimming, dragging Kirsch, who is also dragging like Silsilla, who's dragging the net, and Jafar is like jetting forward.
Okay, we're like a crocodile of the children on the space station. It's all good. Has everyone got their buddy? You got your buddy?
Like children. Yeah. I get it. Excellent.
I'm not looking backwards.
I am. Got a grenade launch.
As you turn and you look down, like there is the stream of sugar globes is not coming up. It's suddenly like against the current, against every sort of grain of its being, moving backwards into this ship. You can see the side of the Zephyra like beginning to crumple and twist upon itself almost.
Can we make sure that Jafar 2 is outside of the gravity deviation gradient,
don't think-
please?
What was that?
Well, you can't miss. It's just going to suck it in.
Yeah, and like the ship is unnaturally kind of crumpling on itself after because it took you a while to get down here. As you like power up as fast as you can. I need you to make B.
Some sort of bends roll.
Yeah, the bends roll.
We are in pressurized suits now.
You're in a woolen suit.
You're in a woolen
Still
suit.
pressurized.
Be survival.
Yeah, make a survival roll.
I'm in an exosuit. I don't hate it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm very much in a hard hat right now. If we kill Silsilla, I'm going to be quite upset.
But I've got no successes. I have the survivor talent, which means I can choose to survive
A natural.
naturally occurring
There you go.
phenomenon/effect.
Excellent.
Drowning.
So
Well,
I've just been squashing nitrogen at my muscles the whole way up.
It's like that pilot training to do this.
Yeah.
flexing. Yeah.
Like that guy in the meme with the big veins down his head. Doing that every 2.
All right. So we take some time, and as we watch, like any rear-facing cameras, every moment we take, like the Zephyra is slowly compacting upon itself. Like the initial sort of
Oh shit.
yeah. So the
Left.
butterfly.
it's-
not the whole ship, because there's various parts of it up in orbit around
Yeah.
the moon, but the whole segment, and it's a considerable chunk because it was a big thing resting on the edge. As you watch, like initially, like the first part went quite quickly, but in the time it takes you, and I think off the top of my head, it's about an hour or so it takes you to ascend the depths, like watching and then switching to sonar, the sort of size of it crunching and disappearing. Eventually, by the time you break the surface, you do have to break through the surface because this is an ice moon. Perhaps the ship itself is sort
also
of
have flame.
yeah.
That's got an internal oxygen supply.
Yeah.
It does.
Cannon.
And climbing onto the ice atop, it can't be more than maybe this 4-6 meter chunk of solid, dense, and you lose sort of track as it goes over the kind of edge
Oh, no!
of the ledge it was precariously balanced on. As it
I was going to suggest something very unwise, but
and you
but I was going to take the gravimetric readings beforehand because it could be ultra dense material, which in itself would be an exotic material and worth considerable beta. So
Also haunted,
but that just makes it more interesting for the right collector.
but harder to ship.
But if it has fallen
Please
deeper,
do not bring haunted relics onto the ship.
oh, if you don't want the haunted relics, that just cuts out so many of the relics.
Actually reminds me, I don't think we should take more than one sugar globe on the ship.
Okay.
But they're clearly doing the will of whatever the fuck that was.
Well, we don't know this. We did
watched
see them
them.
being pulled in, but that could have been part of the gravimetric effect.
Didn't seem like that way, but I tell you what, do you think they're safe?
Well, I haven't analyzed it yet, so I can't say.
Based on what you saw on the ship?
Yes, I
Ben.
think so.
either you or Shanaz need to make a piloting roll. No, either you or
Oh,
Shanaz or Nadina need to make a piloting roll.
Nadina, can you fly?
No.
Me either.
You're in the captain's chair, I believe.
Can I make an advanced roll?
No. Actually, you can't.
Neither can she then.
No.
Oh my God, do I have a tiny joystick?
So you both look out, like of the kind of thing, and you can see Silsilla in his knitted suit. It's not knitted; it just looks like it. And Jafar, and like Adia, like led on the side knackered after dragging everybody up out of the water. Hirsch sort of squatting next to them, being like, "Adia, are you dead? Adia, don't be dead like all my other friends. Please, Adia, I like you too much to be dead. Don't be dead."
I was going to a birthday party and now I'm not.
Yeah. No, I have the other friends. You're dead while I came on a holiday with you. It's rubbish holiday I don't like.
There.
And Yusuf, like, oh shit, my head hurts. This would be a very different encounter from a mystic's point of view. You both look out and you can see them on the like. She looks at you, Shanaz, and she goes, I have no idea how to get the ship closer to them. You?
No, not my thing. I have a pilot for that. He's over there.
All right, make a piloting roll -2.
I have a pilot talisman. Clenched that in my fist.
Mm-hmm.
What do I roll? I don't roll many dice. Piloting. That's
It's agility.
I get 9 -2, which is 7.
Okay.
Which amusingly is the exact number of dice I have in my hand.
Excellent.
Indeed.
Fortuitous.
How many times can you push a roll?
Just once.
I got 1 success.
All right. it is like Silsilla is not eloquent in his descriptions.
This is like my driving test all over again.
Yeah, he's not eloquent in his description because. Yeah.
The guy, he reads German or doesn't speak it, but he's teaching someone to fly in German. It's that, is what I imagine.
It's either that or like Silsilla uses like the technical terms, and what Nadina is looking for is like the red button.
Yeah.
Shanaz is like,
throttle down, you're...
There's the two of us going, what does that even mean?
I can like, hang on, let me what did we call Google? We called it something like yeah.
I'm looking at a big red button and a big blue dial. The big blue dial has wobbly things on.
Yeah, Nadina's like, I don't fucking fly a ship, I run off. That kind of stuff. So and the ship does like the it flies like way left for a bit. Like duck. Like Kush is like, you need to fire the pilot. I pilot better. No, Adia, are you okay? Adia's like, you'll need to swim. Kind of like knackered. Keep him alive. Yusuf's like, my head hurts. I bled my nose. Oh my god. Why did we have to drag that dead body? Eventually, we get
science.
We get the Kudap Patilla floating not so far away. The back deck comes down.
Let's see. Right up or down.
The Shanaz, do you go to like the back door to greet them? Do you send Nadina? Do you just open it and like watch the control panels?
I don't think either of us will dare leave the cockpit until someone who's qualified to fly comes and sits in the chair.
Okay.
And then when they do, I'm going to go and put some soup on.
Soup and coffee.
Yeah.
So the ship like eventually stops. The back tailgate drops to the thing. We drag our spoils onto the deck, and Act 1 of Mercy of the Icons, The Last Cyclade, closes as the tailgate of the ship shuts on Jafar, probably saying something like, "Oh, it's very exciting."
Oh, amazing.
This is a good day for science.
Shame about Yusuf, though.
He'll be fine.
So,
We'll put him in the back to tank. He'll be fine.
He only needs one arm.
folks listening on the podcast, this is because Garblag has appeared in chat.
Hey!
Welcome, Garblag. We missed you, mate.
Yay!
Yeah, poor Yusuf.
Oh,
No.
you spring his face.
But that would be the end of Act 1 for the Last Cyclade. We can discuss things that happen between now and where we meet our next heroes in the Discord somewhere else. Because we now begin what is known in the book as the Cyclade Dance. Is I like this next part of the adventure because it gives, whereas Emissary Lost was very much on rails. Oh, this gives us. We're gonna roll on this chart. People are gonna die. But there are a number of things you can choose to do now with what's going on. Is relax.
Get rich. Two of them.
Yeah. But yeah, we met a Vestal. We have some questions about the First Horizon and the Dancer, and we have a body to analyze, and all kinds of shenanigans.
A whole lot of data.
A lot of data. Let's hope it survived the gravimetric EM pulse. I don't know.
Well, it was multiple backups, and it was being backed up on the ship, and Jafar 2, and the exopod.
The exopod, and a server that just follows you around in space.
Yeah. Jafar's own personal cloud,
That's a bit rude.
entirely lined in silver.
Scheherazade is not just a server.
Oh, not that. We need to talk about this.
Garblag, no, it's not your body that it's not Yusuf's body that is being dragged up from the Zafira.
It wouldn't be the first time we've done that.
But as Non-Anomaly points out, yeah, some kind of sex moth human hybrid that was on the ship, which is a good description.
There we go.
But yeah, that's the end of Act 1, folks. Congratulations, you
Wow.
survived.
Surprisingly, actually.
Yeah. I did think the final move or whatever it was called was going to murder Aethys.
I mean, not gonna lie, they could have.
Yeah.
And I thought our own grenades were going
Not gonna lie, could have.
to okay too.
Yeah,
I
could
didn't
have.
expect to survive. I mean, I was already like my brain.
You know, Millie's not happy until she's got 20 dark points, though.
I spent dark points this evening.
Oh, you did. You
and
did.
you gave them back.
I kept seeing them going up and down and up.
It was
I
a
was like,
roller coaster
"Oh,
of emotion.
crap."
It was great. Next session, we will do XP.
Ooh,
We'll advance.
that's exciting.
But thank you for playing Coriolis with me this evening. I very much enjoyed it. Garblag this week has released Gartopia, a wonderful system agnostic players, GMs, aid for all kinds of shenanigans. And I'm going to say Crypts, but I know Crypts is wrong because Crypts is what's coming. What was the theme?
Oh, it is
No,
Crypts.
it's Crypts.
Ruins is coming.
Okay.
Crypts was the one that's just been released.
Spoilers.
Ruins. Well,
Ruins is going to be the next one,
Ruins,
allegedly.
Ruins
Episode
was
2.
what was voted for by the patrons.
It's true. Yes, everybody who is a patron at the $4 and above level gets a copy of Gartopia zine, finely crafted by a team of expert professionals.
In other fields.
Like, I've read this. I contributed nothing to this first episode.
I mean, he's
issue.
not wrong. We are experts in other fields
Yeah.
as
You-
well.
You
Yeah,
might say
exactly.
you're experts in other fields, but it is genuinely a brilliant little zine.
It is nice stuff.
It's wonderful.
It's lovely.
Bit of stuff.
It is an
It's-
absolute joy.
It's brilliant. And you can grab it now on Patreon if you join at the $4 above. And also, yes, as Garblag says, there is also a how to hack Dodeca, how to bend Dodeca further to your will,
Dodeca.
and make it that spicy perfectness of your own needs. If it wasn't already, which I think is brilliant, because when I've played Dodeca, it's always been exactly what kind of and then now you can make it further your own, and that is Gartopia. That is up on the Patreon now. It was released at the weekend, and you can grab it at a measly $4 tier. Bargain. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to play some more Soulforge, Star Fury, Space. I can't get the name of any RPGs right at the minute. I'm gonna go back into space as Ash Silver, Space Place, doing solo RPGs, and in the universe of where humans are dicks. Starforged. No, a different universe of humans are dicks.
Another
Not the
universe.
Change Stars universe of humans of dicks.
Yeah. And that is
Tomorrow evening, we have got either the finale or the penultimate episode of Wrath and Glory, depending on whether we get through it all or not. Probably not. Likely to be the penultimate one, where the content little inquisitorial crew are all nice and happy and relaxed now that they're all up spire and everything's fine and everything's groovy and everything's great. And there's definitely nothing going to go horribly wrong for them. Thursday, we have got Cyberpunk Red Hot Cyberpunk action. And then the North Americans are delivering some Achtung Cthulhu in the evening. And then Friday is Monster of the Week.
Oh yes, Monster of the Week. Enjoy it muchly. And that's Garblag. Garblag for a week. Exciting. We start all again the week after. Gosh, content is never ending.
We're so busy.
Yay!
But yeah, again, thank you for joining us. If you have missed any of tonight's shenanigans, don't forget to check out the YouTubes where all this will be uploaded. You can watch back and find out exactly how we got into this mess in the first place. And then you can come and join the Discord where we have now got a cooking channel.
Yay! Finally.
Cooking channel. Oh, it's gorgeous food appearing in that. Oh, I forgot about cheese coffee. Cheese coffee.
How could you forget?
It sounds disgusting.
It really does, doesn't it?
Please, nobody makes cheese coffee. I like how there was cornbread in the Discord channel, the Discord cooking channel, and we're all talking about hobbits and the One Ring. Not once did we break into eat the cornbread, son. It's good for you. Aliens banter. I was like, oh, bless. I'm not going to break it. I'm going to keep this.
Yeah, nobody copy pasted the page from the rulebook either.
Don't start on that rulebook page. Don't. Hate that page. For more of my spicy takes on terrible pages in RPG books, come and join the Discord. In the meantime,
You sound like a podcast. Individual pages, 5, 6.
join the Patreon. Me, Ben, Pete, and Matt can make that happen.
Oh, you could like Room 101.
Room 101.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, we could do a Room 101 panel show
I
thing.
absolutely hate this one.
Oh.
And you could like, is it this one or this one? Which one goes in the bin?
Nice.
We need to end the stream now so we can talk about that. Thanks very much for joining us, folks. Bye-bye.